Hey guys, it's Leanne. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a blog, only because my computer's been down and I'm using my son's laptop and it just takes forever to load and it gets on my nerves. So, it's Thursday and I had a weigh-in today. Last week, I posted that I had lost 1.5, so that last week was 4 consecutive weeks losing. This week I lost a pound, so that's 5 weeks I've lost. So that's leaving me with 8 or 8.6 pounds left to get to goal, something like that. And that's great. I'm so excited to still be consistently losing. Not much has changed. In the last couple of weeks, I've been totally on plan. Been super busy, doing a lot of stuff outside, yard work. We've had really nice weather and stuff, so just taking advantage really of the weather and getting outside. And I had family here the last couple days, so that's why I haven't really been posting a whole lot. So yeah, I've been drinking my water, getting activity in, and like I said, staying on plan. This week I used 7, 8 weeklies, and I did use them last Thursday and Friday. So I used them at the beginning of my week last week, and I will probably do the same this week, because I find that it tricks your body a little bit. It's not the same amount of calories or points consistently, and sometimes I need that variety to change it up a little bit. So that's my plan. I have a movie plan for tonight with my son, so I'll probably have a bag of pop chips and just an extra little snack that I normally don't throw in there. And also that I'm not depriving myself of anything. So yeah, that's really been my week. I haven't did anything different. I haven't tried anything new, new recipes or anything like that. That's about it. I just had a couple questions this week about. I was really hungry for a couple days. I think it started on Sunday, and it was like true physical hunger, hunger pains. It wasn't mindless, and not that I wanted to be picking. It wasn't like that. It was like I was actually truly hungry. And that is, like, for me, when I'm hungry like that, I have no problem going over my daily points or fulfilling my need for food with, like, extra protein or whatever. I think I can't remember now. It lasted a couple days, but I think I upped my protein, and I did probably have a couple extra snacks. But I was finding it wasn't like I was like starving and couldn't be satisfied. It was like if I had a yogurt or Greek yogurt or some fruit, that totally worked. I didn't have to sit down and continuously keep feeding myself to be satisfied. A small amount was actually sufficient. I was able to get past and move on. And I think what was making me so hungry is because I was so busy and I hadn't sat down much, and so that's, I think, what triggered the hunger. And I may have been going a little bit too long. Normally I eat every hour and a half to 2 hours, and I was going a little bit longer. I was going more like 3 hours before I had a snack. So just because, I was busy, so my mind wasn't on the food. Surprise. So that's, I think, what happened there. So yeah, so if I had a question about, like, what do I do if I'm like that, and that's what I do is I will, if it's true physical hunger, there should be no guilt associated with having good quality food to feed your body. I'm totally against starving myself to lose weight. I've never been starving, on purpose during this whole process. Everybody's going to get a a couple days that they're really hungry. I mean, that's just that's just the way our bodies are designed sometimes. But we need to establish, is it actually true physical hunger, or is it just boredom, or what kind of foods are we craving? If I'm craving chocolate, then what I do is I have a good quality 70% or higher cocoa based chocolate, and I will have that, and I'll have a piece. It's nice, it's rich, it's good quality, and that always usually takes the chocolate craving away. I don't suggest sitting down and eating 2 chocolate bars to rid the craving, but I don't see a problem, if you have the points, and this chocolate bar has been bothering you for 2 days. Have the chocolate bar, because next thing what's going to happen is you're going to be eating so much stuff to avoid the chocolate that you're going to go way over the amount of calories that your body needs anyways, and you're going to feel bad. Or you're going to sit down one day and maybe have 5 chocolate bars, and we all know that that's not sensible either. So sometimes, and even maybe like if you have like a Halloween chocolate, those little chocolates that you get at Halloween. Sometimes my son always has those around, so that helps me as well. But and that sometimes will do the trick, so that I don't go and sit down and overindulge in something that I know personally I don't want to overindulge in. And that's like something like with chips and stuff. Like, I don't try and stay away from it. I don't tell myself that I'm never allowed to have this. But I usually tend to not go for like a regular bag of chips. I usually go for like the baked variety, or pop chips, or popcorn, just because I personally like to get more bang for my buck kind of thing, and I would rather sit down with 30 or 20 Special K chips versus for 2 points, versus like 5 Doritos for 2 points. I'm not sure if that's the right point value or not, but I'm just guessing. So I've just adapted that way. And sure, if my son is having a regular chip, maybe I'll have one, and that sometimes will do, but I never sit down and eat the full bag. It's just, that's me personally and where I am at in my journey. So it's not that I try to avoid the junk food. I know people who every week will have their bag of chips, and that's perfectly fine if that works for you, and you're still, you're enjoying it and you count it, and if it's something that you need to stay on track, then there's not an issue. The issue arises when we sit down with a big bag of chips and we're not using our knowledge about portions to get us through to the next week. There's sitting down with a big bag of chips versus a serving size. There's a big difference. So you need to find what works for you. And I know sometimes people have certain trigger foods that they cannot even have in the house, because if they do, they're constantly thinking about it and they are constantly wanting it. So my suggestion to those people is, until you are able to be in the same environment and be able to control yourself around it, that is when I would be able to bring them back in. But like for me, takeout pizza is a trigger for me. I can sit down and have a serving, but if I'm out at a restaurant, but if it gets taken home to my house and I see it in my refrigerator, that's when it becomes an issue, because then at night, every single time I open up my refrigerator to get a glass of water or whatever, I see this pizza, and it really, really bothers me. Then the next day, I want it for breakfast, and so my thing is, I just can't bring it in this house. Sure, I can go to a restaurant and have it, and just have a serving and enjoy that, but once it gets brought back to my house, that's when the issue arises for me. So I tend to not bring it in my house, and I will make my own pizzas now. Usually I don't have takeout pizza very often, and I'll make my own pizzas, and then that way I know that there's only one being made, and I can control pretty much everything about it. So I don't avoid unless I can't control myself around it. There's nothing wrong with having a small portion of something if you really, really want it. Cravings are going to happen. We need to learn how to deal with them. We need to learn how to control ourselves around them. This is all a part of the process. Yes, you might still be able to lose weight by eating a big bag of chips, but our daily points then have disappeared, and we have no quality. You're hungry 25 minutes after, and then you feel really bad about maybe indulging or gorging yourself in that certain treat. So I always think sometimes less is more, and enjoy the smaller portion, and then later on you may be able to enjoy another small portion. But then again, like I say, it's personal, and you need to find your balance and what you can control for you. So that is where I'm going to end it today. And hopefully I'll get another one up next week. I need to get my own laptop fixed, and it might be a while. So that's it for today. I hope everybody has a good week. Drink your water, be active, and say something nice to yourself every day. Alright, see you guys.